Very good morning to everyone. In this lecture, WE8451 Linear Integrated Circuits and Applications. Lecture. Today lecture, you have to talk about the topic fundamentals of monolithic IC technology. So in this monolithic IC, we already introduced introduction of the classifications we are discussed in previous session. Here, the concept of what different type of fabrication method are discussed in this session. Once again, to the basic of sample circuit must be considered to the converted it to monolithic form with basic components like a resistor, diode and transistor. A basic circuit is first made. With the basic circuit, the difference layer of monolithic IC are then considered. The basic structure of the monolithic IC will have 4 layers of different materials. The base layer will be a p-type silicon layer and named as a substrate layer. This layer will have a typical thickness of 200 micrometer. The silicon is the preferred semiconductor for the p-type and n-type layer because of its favorable characteristics for the manufacture of the IC. The layer above the substrate p-type silicon layer is the n-type layer. All the active and passive components required for the circuit are fabricated on this layer. This layer has a typical thickness of 25 micrometer. The n-type silicon material is grown on a single crystal extension of p-type layer, and the components are required or fabricated using series of pi-type and n-type impurity diffusion level. Then n-type layer becomes a collector of or the transistor or a element of the diode and capacitors. Now we can see the epitaxial growth processing. So in this processing, this is a first step in the integrated transistor fabrication is creation of the collection of collector region. We normally record a low resistivity path for the collector circuit. This is due to the fact that the collector contact is normally taken at the top, thus increasing the collector series resistance and the saturated of the device. The higher collector resistance is reduced by a process called buried layer as shown in figure. In this arrangement, a heavily doped N region is sandwiched between the N channel N-type epitaxial layer and the P-type substrate. This buried N layer provides the low resistance path in the active collector region to the collector contact. In effect, the buried layer provides the low resistance shunt path of the flow of current. Now this fabrication, we can once again I can see the fabrication method. So the fabrication is an NPN transistor. We begin with a p-type silicon substrate having a resistivity of the typical 1 ohm centimeter, corresponding to the acceptor ion concentration on 1.4 into the 10 to the power of 15 atoms per centimeter. An oxide mask with the necessary pattern for the buried layer diffusion is prepared. This following by making and edging the out oxide in the buried layer mask. The N channel, that is a N type buried layer, is now diffused into the substrate. A low diffusion material such as the arsenic or antimony are used so that the buried layer will stay put in the during subsequent diffusions. The junction is depth typically a few microns with sheet resistivity of high around 20 per square. Then an epitaxial layer of lightly doped N channel is grown on the p-type channel placed with a vapor of burner in 1200 degrees Celsius and introducing a large gas containing phosphorus, that is a donor impurities, around the 20 ohm per square. So the resulting of this structure, the subsequent diffusions are done in the epitaxial layer. All the active and passive components are formed on the thin N layer. Epitaxial growth over the p-type substrate, obtaining an epitaxial layer of the proper thickness and doping with high crystal quality is perhaps by the most formidable challenges in the bipolar device processing. Now we can move to the oxidation. So the oxidation process in the level of integration circuit and the silicon dioxide insulation layer processing. So that is this layer is record of the end layer epitaxial. The layer is only 1 micrometer thin and ground by exposing the epitaxial layer to oxygen atmosphere at 1000 Celsius. A detailed image of this p-type n-type okay epitaxial layer and SiO2 layer is given here. In this oxidation we are using the thin layer of the SiO2 layer is grown over the n-type layer by exposing the silicon vapor to oxygen atmospheric about the 1000 degrees Celsius. Now the next process is photolithographic. The photolithographic process for the silicon dioxide SiO2 to diffuse the impurity with the n-type epitaxial region, the silicon dioxide layer has to be edged in the selected area. Thus, opening must be brought at these areas through the photolithographic process. In this process, the SiO2 layer is coated with a thin layer of photosensitive material called photoresistive. A large black and white pattern is made into the desired pattern, where the black pattern represents the area of opening and white represents the area of left ideal. The pattern is reduced in size and fit to the layer above the photoresist. The whole layer is then exposed to ultraviolet light. Due to the exposure, the photoresistive right below the white pattern becomes the polymerized. The pattern is then removed and water vapor developed using a chemical like a triclosan. The chemical dissolve the unpolymered portion of the photoresist film and leaves the surface. The diode not covered by the polymerized photoresist is then removed by impressing the chip is an edging solution of HCl. Those portions of the SiO2 which are protected by the photoresist remain unaffected by the acid. After the edge and diffusion process, with the help of chemical solvent by like sulfuric acid and resist masking is then removed by the mechanical absorption. The approximate impurities are then diffused through the oxide free window. So this is a monolithic IC photolithic complete fabrication method. Next we have to move to the isolation method. Next the isolation method in next lecture we have to go to discuss. So today lecture we have to study the complete fundamental monolithic IC fabrication in the process of epitaxial growth processing and also the silicon dioxide insulating layer processing and the third processing of photolithographic processing of SiO2. Thank you for watching this video.